Here on Sundays, called in the last week of each month. They do some sketch stuff. You should check that out. And right now, please welcome Ariel Goldman.
Hi, I like to start each show by telling you all a little bit about myself since you don't really know me. A little introduction. I feel the one sentence that best describes me is, I'm like totally a feminist for sure. Let me explain. I'm a card-carrying member of the National Organization for Women, but I carry that card in a pink kitty cat wallet next to a picture of me and Joey McIntyre. I really do. So being like totally a feminist, I have this one rule for dating, which is I don't date Republicans. And, some people think that's silly or opposites attract or whatever, but my reasoning is I'm not going to date any guy whose vote goes to further abstinence-only education. My vagina is many things, but it's not a hypocrite. There's those Republicans out there that say, like, I shouldn't be, like, screwing anyone before I'm married anyways, that any woman worth her while is worth the wait. Maybe you've heard that. But, like, that is such a sexist statement. I mean, really, what it says is, like, women don't like sex, and the men like sex because they're men. They're supposed to, but the only reason a woman would have sex would be to get a guy to like her. Which is ridiculous, because like when I have sex, getting a guy to like me is like one of 3 reasons I do it. But it usually doesn't even come in first. I mean, there's like proving I'm lovable, getting back to the last guy I had sex with in my mind. I think it's just to get a guy to like me is totally oversimplifying a much more complicated situation. Yeah, so here I am up on stage in front of a bunch of strangers talking about my sex life. I know you're all thinking, she must be pretty wild in the sack. Yeah. But there is one pretty vanilla thing that I will never, ever, ever hands down do, and that is touch myself while a guy watches. I understand why guys want you to do that. Like, I've seen the videos, they're hot, right? Like, the girl's all naked, and she's, like, shiny, and she's on her back, touching herself, and she's, like, moaning, and she's all, like, when I do that, I don't look like that. Masturbation, for me, is all about efficiency, and efficiency isn't sexy. When you're on my stomach, I keep my clothes on mostly, because, like, why bother, and, it's just, like, I hold my breath, not because I'm into that, but because, when you're exercising, you need to remember to breathe. Well, I have other things on my mind, and, like, it's gross, and, like, no one wants to see that, so, I mean, if a guy really wanted me to, I suppose I have 2 options. I could do that for him and probably really disappoint him, or I could, get on my back and get naked and cover myself in Crisco, I don't know why I could do what they do in the movies and bake with myself, which is probably the most degrading thing I can think of. And not good degrading, like having your hair pulled while you're getting a facial. Not that kind of facial, the other kind. So yeah, I'm pretty much against faking an orgasm with yourself would probably be the worst kind, but I'm against faking orgasms all across the board, because really, like, they do a disservice to everyone. It doesn't help anyone. Like, I mean, it's pretty much like if your mother bought you a really ugly sweater for Christmas, and, you pretended to like it because it was a thought that counts, and she bought you a sweater, which is nice of her. But then, like, you didn't stop there. You started wearing it around everywhere. You're just wearing this hideous sweater, and you felt bad about yourself, because you don't really like to wear clothes that make you feel good about you. But this, you were wearing it to make her feel good about her. And it wouldn't even end there, because next Christmas, what do you think she's going to get you? Yeah, another really ugly sweater. And then say you and your mom get into a fight, and she stops buying you presents, but she'll start buying presents for, like, maybe another girl. What's she going to buy her? A really ugly sweater. And then, like, maybe sometimes, like, you get this present, this sweater, and it's so ugly and so hideous, and you're just like, who would ever want this? Did my sister tell you to get this? Does she like something like this? Because they don't even sell these in the right mall. I know that's kind of gross comparing, like, orgasms to something my mom does, but how much creepier would it be if it was my dad? Yeah, so I was watching the Dateline special of this guy a few weeks ago, and it was about the sting operation where they tracked all these internet pedophiles. Anyone see that? It's awesome. They had these people on, like, one end of the computer being like, I'm a 13-year-old girl, and then they had pedophiles on the other end being like, wow, that's hot, can you meet me? And they'd get to come to this house, and they'd come, and then there'd be talks there, and it was great. But anyways, the guy I was watching this was there going, oh my god, can you believe people actually say stuff like this to 13-year-old girls? I mean, how dumb are they? And in my head, all of a sudden, I'm remembering memories of like my first AOL account when I was 13, and it was amazing because I all of a sudden remembered these conversations I had with guys, and they're, ASL 13, female Massachusetts, you sound hot, what do you want to do? And but what was great was they'd say, you want a cyber? No, I don't do that, blah, 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 blah. Say, what kind of movies do you like? And I could never do it because, I knew the real danger of having cyber sex with guys on the internet. That they weren't really guys from my 8th grade class, and they were just going to use that ammunition to tease me. But it's really nice in retrospect to know that I was blue ball and pedophile. But I had no idea. It was just, no, blah, 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 no, I'm not really into that. Why do you want to talk to someone that's into me? Well, you seem really mature for your age. Well, I'm kind of amateur of an adult. My own relationships I had about it's really fun to and I talked to them for hours, and nothing would happen, and totally faded memory. So I was dating this guy a few months ago, and we'd been dating for like 3 weeks, and after that I started telling him about this wedding I was planning, and for some reason that totally freaked him out. I don't know why. But so to calm him down, I just looked him in the eye and I said, honey, I'm not planning on marrying you. I just like to be the center of attention and wear pretty dresses in my fantasy. That never happened. That's just a joke. But what did happen was I was dating a guy for 3 weeks, and he asked me if I'd written any jokes about him, and I told him that one. And he just stared at me for 3 minutes without talking or blinking, and then broke up with me in an email. It's cool though, because he wants to be friends. Isn't that the best? They want to be friends. It's like, because I hate getting dumped. It's like the worst thing in the world. So like, right after a guy does the worst thing in the world to me, I totally want to be his friend. Right? Like, that's just something I don't understand. But, I don't know, I think maybe the reason guys don't understand that is because getting dumped to them might not be the worst thing in the world. So what is the worst thing in the world to a guy? Getting, like, kicked in the balls? So, like, but I don't know, I don't go around, like, kicking guys in the balls and then asking them to be my friend. Even when I'm really nice to them. Even when I'm like, listen, I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. I'm kind of crazy now, but then just like, wham, right in the junk.